Hey guys, welcome back to another video again with K-pop idols recommendation. I did 17. I did Hyunjin from Stray Kids. I've seen people tell me that Lino actually recommended books, but I think it's more mystery, so I will check that out. But I was thinking of doing Ateez for a while, and was not. I only knew one song, which was Ice on My Teeth, and it was like at the top of my playlist on my like Apple Music thing. Oh god. You have to know I wanted to dress well to welcome the Atiny fandom base thing. But it's 32 degrees in France and it's so hot. I honestly if it was me deciding, I would do this fucking video naked. But I think YouTube wouldn't like that, and I'm not starting an OnlyFans. So yeah, you have this beautiful t-shirt made by Lindsay for our trip to Korea, which is I love hot dads with Charlie and Carlisle from Twilight, because taste. Okay, back. So I was thinking of doing Ateez without knowing any of them, not having any biases. I didn't know. But on my Twitter account, everyone was raving about one photo card of Songhwa with pink hair and curly pink hair, and it got me, guys, because pink hair is amazing. And I slowly started getting into it, and it wasn't slow. I jumped right into it, kind of like with Stray Kids, where I just go down the rabbit hole and become obsessed. So yeah, now I have a bias, and you will have to guess who it is. Do I have one? Do I have a bias wrecker? At this point, I'm not even sure. Uh, but I got pretty obsessed. When we went to Korea, I only bought like one Ateez album. I was like telling Lindsay, my wife, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just buy one, just one. And now I've bought many albums. No, to be fair, I've bought two more because we had the Lemon Drop and In Your Fantasy album. And in Tour where I live, we had signed edition. So I have a signed album signed by Wooyoung, and they make those stickers that you put on your credit card. And I had so I put on my credit card. So now I just pretend that he's paying for everything. Does it come out of my own bank account? Of course it does. Does it prevent me from buying tons of shit? No, actually, it's the opposite. But yeah, I wanted to read books that they recommended. So from everything that I've managed, I thought I was gonna do 3 books and then, or like 4 people and then 4 people in another video. But apparently, and Jonggo don't read that much. So they didn't really have any recommendations. So I had 6 people left, and Yosang, I only had Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, but I've already read that book years ago, and I really, really loved it. So good recommendation. I try to look at like different recommendations. So for Wooyoung, we have You Shine in the Moonlight, which I think is a manga uh, from, I think it's Japanese. I'll have to check, but I will be reading that. Then we have Even If This Love Disappears from the World Tonight, which again is a Japanese novella or novel. I don't know. Again, reading it. Then it was said, yeah, a lot of recommendation were in French, and I was like, damn. I had for Songhwa, I had Lettre à Yves by Pierre Berger, which is like letters that Pierre wrote for Yves Saint Laurent after he was dead. So nice, and it's a French book. It was written in French, so this was the perfect thing. Mingi, we had like different thing that he recommended. I will put everything here. It was mostly on TikTok. But by the same author, we have I Have a Secret and I've had the same dream again, I think is the title. Then for Hongjung, they were saying Dune. And listen to me, there is no way that I will be reading Dune, except if Hongjung is the one saying I should read it. Then I will do it. But thank God, I found out that actually he didn't recommend that. It was Mingy. So we had other books, and it was both French books. So the first one was Guillaume Musso, Sauve-moi, and the second one was Le Papillon des Étoiles by Bernard Werber. We will see if I can trust men again. I think from Stray Kids, like Hyunjin video was really good. The recommendation were immaculate. Here with the Ateez, I'm like, I don't know how I feel. And for a slightly short period of time, I thought I had to read Dune, and I don't have to, which is I feel so much better. But you will have like different. This video has been filmed throughout like 3 or 4 months because I started really early, and now I just continue reading books by recommended by Ateez. If you find any recommendation by Yuno or Jongho or any other members that I have not done, please let me know. And I'm really sorry if your bias is not in this video. Well, his recommendation. Anyway. But yeah, I hope you will like this video. And then I will do the outro. I have no idea when I'm going to do that. When I finish everything and see if we can trust men. Especially idols from K-pop. Can we? Not sure. I'm still undecided between 17 and Stray Kids recommendation. I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm nearly finished with I had that same dream again, and I did not give you any update. I tried to film yesterday, but my colleagues came back, or like the phone was ringing, and I just panicked. I am nearly finished, and I don't know how I feel. I'm not enjoying it that much, to be honest. It's okay. I would say okay. I think I would put it out of 3 stars, around that. I think I like some of it and what it's trying to say, but at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish and like make an actual big review. I can't remember which Ateez member said to read that, so I will look at that and see if I can trust that man. But so far, not really. No, but it's okay. It's alright. Hey guys, so for the second book, we have today was in your fantasy like release party. I don't know, in Fnac. So I went and I got a signed album, who was signed by Wooyoung, and then they gave me like this sleeve to put this cup sleeve. So this is perfect for today. So I found a copy out. I downloaded a copy of Letters to Eve. I guess it's the title in English because the book is actually French. It is a book by Pierre Berger, who was his lover. I guess I don't think they got married. I don't know when Yves Saint Laurent died. So those are going to be letters, and I have the French version because it was written in French, and I thought it would be better to read it in French. This one was recommended by Songwa, and I trust. that man with my life. So, and we have baby Romy here. She's having a weird day weekend, just like my hair apparently. So yeah, just staying with her. Let's go. Hello, I am in London. I am so happy to be back home. It's not really my home, but you know, I have already bought 3 books and it's the second day, and I also have like a pile of books that were at my friend's here in Vic. Shout out to Vic, the love of my life. Waiting for me. I only have a 10 kilogram suitcase and it's already at 10 kilo, but I also have a bag, so you know. And I need to finish whoop no fit pick I need to finish Lettre à Yves, letters to Eve. I am on page 30 and it goes until 40 or 45, so I only have like 10 or 15, but it's written like very small. I didn't give you any update, even though I'm like halfway through. So those are letters that Pierre Berger wrote to his husband. They weren't legally, well, they weren't married in the sense of what it implies in France, but they had the Pax, which is like a civil marriage, like a civil like relationship. I don't know how to explain. With Yves Saint Laurent, and those are letters he wrote after Eve was dead. I don't know how I feel because I think a lot of what he's saying, I mean, I don't think he was thinking of like, oh, I'm gonna make it a book. It was really to help him. So it's very raw, but you can feel like the toxicity of the relationship. And he says kind of that they were soulmates in a way, but yeah, it's hard. And he talks about art, and it's very interesting, but at the same time, he acts like certain type of art is better than others, and yeah, I don't really like that. But I'm gonna finish it. It's good. Okay, bye. I am back at work. That sucks. Just wanted to update. So I finished Lettre to Eve, Letters to Eve, I guess, in English. I don't know how I feel about it. I did not rate it on Goodreads, mostly because it's still like letters that someone wrote to someone. It's not like fiction. So it felt rude to just give my opinion on those. So like rate them. I did like some of like the aspect in what was written. Oh my god, Romy is so cute. I will film her after. She's so cute. But yeah, I did enjoy, and I think it's such a good recommendation by Songwa because this is about art and love and grief as well, and gay love as well, being queer, and I just thought it was nice. I don't think that it would be something that I would reread for sure. I think it was fun to read it in French and like have the authenticity of what was meant to be said. But other than that, I don't think it's something that I would have enjoyed if it wasn't a recommendation. I will switch my camera because Romy is so fucking cute. Look at her. Oh my god. She knows I'm filming and she doesn't like it. Hello guys. So I'm gonna start even if this love disappears tonight. I think this book is a Japanese novel. Sorry, the English is not Englishing. Again, I am back with the Kindle from my wife, and this book was recommended by San, I think. So we are going to see if we can trust him or not, if he has great taste. Don't know. Also, Romy is napping. She's so good. Hi guys, quick update on even if this love disappears tonight. I don't remember the name. Oh my god. I've read 20% of the book. I'm so sorry. I'm about to take a shower. I had the worst day, and the heat is killing me. But I think I love it so far. The writing is weird. I think it's the translation again. I have beef with translator, or I need to learn Japanese and read in the original language, but that's gonna take years, guys. I think I like it so far. I want to see where it goes. But like the friendship, love discussion, I like it. It's pretty sweet. I have highlighted one sentence, I think. So that's a good thing. Now what I'm gonna do is take a shower, take off every grim things that is on my body and my hair. Oh my god, it's so bleh. I'm gonna take a shower and then I think I'm gonna try to finish the book tonight because yesterday I was 20% in the book and I had to stop because I was watching a thing on Netflix with the wife and I thought it was rude if I was reading at the same time. So maybe tonight I'm gonna finish it or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'll give an update, I think, either halfway through the book or if I'm finished. So So we are I don't know, it's not 11, what is wrong with me? 9 p.m. And I look like a bitter old lady because I am. My brother is at home and he's making so much noise while I'm trying to read on the Kindle, and I feel like I am, the I'm not like other girls, because It's like, I don't want to party. But guys, the truth is I don't want to party. Because it's like 9 p.m. and I'm working tomorrow. I just want to be in bed, reading with this little guy and just be left alone. But unfortunately, my brother did not get the memo. But he is the only one out of everyone that I know that is watching every video and commenting on them, even though he has no idea what I'm saying. He just watch them in the background and just comment so that you know I'll get one more view, which is actually really sweet. But at the same time, I do I want to be alone. Also, you will have had all of my glasses in this video. I have 3 glasses. Those one are like the less expensive one, because I don't have like the blue light thing, which means I'm trying not to put them that much because at work I work on computers a lot, and so I would hurt my eyes. But I think this one is like a special e-ink thing, so I think we're good. I am 32%. I don't want to. Yeah, I want to stay here. 32% in this book. So I'm gonna continue and see. Oop. Trying to read, but this one doesn't love me.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
Hey guys, I forgot to update you because I was in the plane and I finished San's recommendation, and honestly the plane ride was absolutely awful. I thought that I was gonna die. So yeah, it was not fun. So I did not update you or film when I was reading in the plane, but oh my god, it was so good. It was really good. Like half of it I was like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. And then it happened. I did not cry. I think I was so shocked by the plane and the turbulence that I just went completely blank. But I finished it and it was really good. I think I gave it a 5 out of 5 star. Maybe it would be a 4.5 out of 5. But I really, really loved it. San has great taste. Well, I mean, I've only read one book, but it was really, really good. So yeah, now I think I only have Wooyoung and Hongjun recommendation. So yeah, I will update you on this. Also, drunk Rami is here. I was cuddling to him in the plane because it was insane, guys. Oh, by the way, turbulence. Maybe that's why. Because I like Ateez. No, it was insane. Like, I don't know what I did to Zeus, but he was mad. There was like thunder and everything inside the plane, and yeah, it was awful. Now it's time to go to the sea or the pool. I don't know, but I need water. So I am on chapter 12 of Le Papillon des Étoiles. Le Papillon des Étoiles. Le Papillon des Étoiles. I have 5 hours left. I am 10% in. I don't really know how I feel about the book. Some of it is funny, some of it is, I don't know. I need to see more of what is going to happen. It is like a science fiction kind of things with like space and stuff. So yeah, I like it so far. I don't know about the writing. I'm not sure. I need to read more. But yeah, it's like 5 hours and 12 minutes. So I need to read more. Just a quick update, I am 41% through Le Papillon des Étoiles. I'm so tired. I don't know why I go full English on étoile instead of French, but I am 40% through. And I hate every character. Like, they are so full of themselves, of like, yeah, we are so much better, and we're gonna do like such a good new earth kind of, like, I don't know how to explain without spoiling it, but they are so full of themselves, of thinking they are better than everyone else, which they are not. And like one of the main character, who is like very rich person, like kind of Jeff Bezos kind of thing, like, oh, he complains about the world and like goes in criticizing people, which I do understand some of it to a certain extent, but most of it I'm like, dude, how about you use that fucking money that you are making to make a new civilization and like going into space, into like Earth, you know, like, he kind of acts as if, oh, it's too late for those people, so let's get the hell out and do something else. And I'm like, no. But yeah, a lot of the book resembles what is happening today, so it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, I do not like any of the characters. Like for me, I want to shake them so bad. So yeah, this is where we're at. And I don't think that anyone other than Hongjun would have made me read that book. Because I don't know, I'm not really, I like it because I'm for 40% through and I read like 20% today, but I just am so annoyed. I don't know if like the author was trying to criticize his character or if he believes in all of that, because if that's the case, I'm like, nah. But yeah. I have 1 hour and 6 minutes left, 80%, but I've been reading for like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm so tired. So, should I continue? I don't know. But I guess the next time you'll see me, I will give you a review of Le Papillon des Étoiles. I really tried not to fall asleep. I read for 20 minutes yesterday. I just kept on falling asleep. So we only have 40 minutes left and then I'm finished with that book. I'm just gonna read and then give you my opinion. But yeah, I was too tired yesterday. I couldn't do it, guys. I have finished. Yeah, Bernard Werber, Le Papillon des Étoiles. Oh my god. I have no idea how I feel about this book. I think I hated it, or maybe I liked it. I don't know. Like, I feel like the writer was, like, at the end, taking my hand as a child, being like, so, if you did not understand, this is Eve, this is Adam, you know, God, religion. And I was like, I know. I got it from the beginning. Like, oh my god. I don't know. It was... like, at the end, I was so pissed because everything was weird. Like, at some point, the guy is like, oh yeah, I could rape you. And he's like, I'm a good guy, I'm not doing it. What the fuck? What would you tell a girl you're gonna rape her? What is the problem with you? And then he, like, this is not his child, but he raised her for 19 years, for fuck's sake. And he's like, maybe we should hook up and have children. Like, I know it's not supposed to be taken, like, seriously, and it's like a metaphor and blah blah blah, but don't do that, please. It was awful, and like some gory stuff happened, and I don't know. I do understand, like, the idea of like humans are always gonna do the same thing over and over again. They're gonna repeat history no matter how many times it happened, and we can see it right now. Like, most of this book is still accurate to this day. I don't know when it was written, honestly. I need to check that. But it's just, I didn't see the point. Because it's just, oh yeah, by the way, we make the same mistake, so let's hope it's not gonna do full circle. And then it does. It's like no surprise there. So I don't know how I feel. Would I read this book again? No. Would I read from this author again? No. It's just, I do understand why people would like it. One of my friends, Solène, really liked it, and I need to send her a message because, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, I'm joking. I love you. But I don't know. It's just,
it was repetitive, and like a big chunk was like, oh, by the way, this is history, and then you have like 1,200-year-old of like history of like wars and kings and cities and stuff, and I was just so bored. I was like, can we skip that part? I know how it's gonna go. But yeah, I don't think I liked it very much, and it was easy to read though. I think I prefer the first part where there were actually like the main characters were there. But yeah, I don't know how I feel, but I don't feel good. Is the point? Would I trust Hongjun again with book recommendation? I don't think so. Sorry, buddy. This is harsh. But no. So far, we had only like one good review, which was book recommendation with San. I did enjoy Songwa's recommendation, but I don't know if we can trust them, guys. They're still men in the end. They can't change the way they are. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the pool. And my hands are wet, so I'm gonna stop the video recording with my nose. Fuck.
Hi guys, we are nearly at the end of this video. Thank God. We have one recommendation left, and it's Wooyoung. And I feel like at this point we were like 50-50 on like what Ateez recommended. So Wooyoung is gonna be like the decider, I feel like. It kind of feels like he is our only hope in trusting boys. I feel like it's Star Wars, you know? Wooyoung, you are my only hope. Do you get the reference from Star Wars? Right? Okay, so we are. Okay, so we are reading "You Shine in the Moonlight," Moonlight Night. Guys, I'm so tired. It's a manga originally, and it was also made into a novel. But I will be reading the manga. I think there's two volume, but I don't know. So we have English, I guess we're gonna do that. Okay. Honestly, I'm on a website for scans because I couldn't find it in French or English, so let's go. I have no clue what the plot is, just that Young liked it, so see you another time. Hi guys, I have finished volume 1 of, no idea what the name is, so sorry, which was recommended by Young, and I'm gonna read the second volume because I think that's like the ending, and I think it will make more sense if I read both of them. And then I think it's gonna be the end because I'm probably gonna do like an overall review at the end because it's already probably too long. So yeah, that's it. Finally, we're finished. I've read every book recommendation by all of Ateez member apart from Jungho and because they don't read, guys. Let's do a quick ranking and I'll do a quick review as well. My least favorite of all of those books was the recommendation by Hongjun, which was The Butterfly of the Stars. I don't know the name in English by Verber. The French name is Le Papillon des Étoiles. Absolutely did not like it. I did not have like an awful time reading it, but I would not read more books. And I think Hongjun reads more books, are probably better books. I don't know if it was an actual recommendation or like, or I've read this at school and I just remember it. Then we unfortunately have me. I had the same dream again last night. Again, it wasn't like a bad story. I think some of it was interesting, but I was kind of bored and I kind of got not annoyed, but I was like, ah, why? Then we have Wooyoung. I didn't really give a review, so it was You Shine in the Moonlit Night. And again, not a bad manga, but I think the translation was awful because I was reading in scan, not the actual proper translation, and some of it I was like, there's no way this is how that was translated. That I knew that it was the wrong translation. There were like a lot of typos and mistakes in grammar in English. But it was nice. I just would prefer something else. But it was quick to read, and I just didn't really understand the characters. And I mean, you only have 2 volumes, and it goes by really fast. And like, I knew what was gonna happen, but it's supposed to be this keep living even though you lose people, and I get that, but at the same time, you don't really have a lot of talk around grief, which is like the main point of the book, I think. Then for the top three, of course, the third one is Sans-Moi. Unfortunately, Lettre à Yves, so Letters to Eve by Pierre Berger, I liked because it's actual letters that he wrote for his love for Yves Saint Laurent. But I just, it felt really personal and I didn't really connect to everything. But it's good to have this open gay relationship and in books. It seemed a little toxic, but again, it's real people. I don't know them, so yeah. Then we have Yosang with The Art of Not Giving Up. I've read, you won't see me reacting here because I've read this book like 3 or 4 years ago. This is a self-help book. I don't read that many, but it is one that really stayed with me. I really liked it, and I think this is one of the book that I would be okay with reading again. There's a second book as well. And then our winner, ding ding ding, is San with Even If This Love Disappears Tonight. It was really emotional. It was really fun. I love the characters. I love the story. I think I would have cried my heart out if I there had been no turbulence in the plane because it was an actual nightmare and I thought I was gonna die. So I was more focused on that than the story. But yeah, really, really liked it, and it says a lot about San as a person, apparently. Okay, now to finish, even though this video is probably like 4 hours long at this point, I'm gonna give you for each member that is your bias a book that you should read and a book that they should read. They're not gonna watch this video, but you know, if they are, hi. Okay, if you're Hongjun or if your bias is Hongjun, okay, for him, I would recommend This Is How You Lose the Time War. This is like one of my favorite book. Because he recommended sci-fi kind of vibe. This is like good. This is about romance, and I feel like for someone who writes songs and like likes art and emotion, I would probably give him this book. I think it's such a good story. If it's translated in Korean, they should read it in Korean because the English version is more like poetry. So if you're not like fluent, even for myself, it was hard to read. But it's such a beautiful book. And if your bias is Hongjun, you probably have daddy issues. Yeah, and you probably like morally grey character and you love his demon kind of vibe. So Vicious by V. Schwab is all about that, and you're probably gonna like it, and you're gonna like the representation as well, which is kind of mixed inside. But I think it's such his vibe. So I would highly recommend that. And also therapy, unfortunately. If you are someone, you should read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Janet McCurdy. Um, he recommended a non-fiction book, so I would recommend for him another book and a non-fiction book. And this one really talks about being famous as a child and the pressure, and I think it would go with him. And if your bias is somewhat, um, well, you have mommy issues, so congrats. So I was thinking you have a problem maybe with authority, but you kind of want to stay in the and like live by the rules, but it's hard. I would recommend Our Missing Heart by Celeste NJ. Again, no, the book is under there. It's about loving your mom and love in general and fighting the system and basically racism and fascism, which I think is a good mood, and also like having a name that could go with any gender. If you are, so he is one of the members that did not recommend books, or at least I didn't see. So I would recommend for him something that is short. And I think for a lot of people, romance is kind of like a good way into getting into books. So I would recommend the novella Worst Wingman Ever by Happy Jimenez, because I think, is so Happy Jimenez boyfriend coded. Like she writes the most golden retriever boyfriend, so that's him. And I think like it's really short. I think it's like 60 pages or something. So he can read that, have fun, giggle, kick his feet, perfect. But if your bias is, how are you? Not good. Uh you crave romance and you want a golden retriever partner, someone who would make you laugh, someone who would be your best friend. So, of course, you need to read Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan. I was thinking of giving him that as well for him to read, but those books are all long. There's like 5 in the first series, blah, blah, blah. But for you, Percy's for you. He's a child, to be fair, but he's so amazing, so funny, like perfect. And if you're more into, being an actor, I would recommend the Romcomers by Catherine Center here. It's ups because it deals with screenwriters and cinema and love. I don't think the boyfriend in this is very like golden retriever. I think he's like more of the brooding type. But acting can go either way, so good. Also you also need therapy probably. You crave romance but don't want people to like kind of get to know you. So yeah, those books are perfect for you, and you probably believe in soulmates as well. If you are Yosang, I would, because he recommended something non-fiction, I was thinking also something not fiction, but I don't read that much self-help book, and I thought it would be a mistake to like just give any self-help book. So I would say The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. This is a book that I've read for school at the time, but it's something that stayed with me for a long time. I think it's very important, especially as of today. Again, it's really short, and but it says a lot about the world, even as now. Now, what I would recommend for you to read is The Remarried Empress. Empress? I don't know how to pronounce that. Why? Because I think Yosang is, well, when you bias him, it's more of like you have done everything, you've given everything, and yet you don't have the recognition. And you're just waiting for someone to acknowledge you and said that you did good and that you deserve everything. Maybe a partner that is your best friend, someone that puts you on a pedestal, that is like your number one fan, and you're their number one in their head. So yeah, I think that would be the remarried empress. Oh God. Okay, San. Hmm. Um, because he recommended something that was kind of romance in a way. You want something that hurts? Well, I will give you Just for the Summer by Happy Jimenez because it hurts, but in the end, it's happy ending. You know, it's a romance. I also think San is very Happy Jimenez boyfriend coded. Like I could imagine him being a very cuddly and nice boyfriend in my head. So that's what he wants it to hurt a little bit, and it hurts. Those romance by Happy is just they hurt, but you have a happy ending. You need that. If San is your bias, I would recommend either The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston or If I Stay. If I Stay is for the girls who want to hurt very, very deeply, who wants to read that book and cry their eyes out. For Ashley Poston, again, you for San biases, you want it to hurt. You want that hurt comfort, you know? Like you need to feel something before the happy ending. So I would give you that. Also therapy, but I guess it's for everyone. Just go to therapy in general. And also again, you kind of want a brooding boyfriend that has only eyes for you and no one else. But also someone that just melts when they are with you. And yeah, okay, Mingy. This was hard. What I would recommend for Mingy would be The Invisible Life Oop of Adi LaRue. This is a pretty chunky book. I don't think he would, I don't know if he would enjoy that kind of books. But from what he was craving from his book, his recommendation, I wanted to give him a book that had a meaning of resilience, of fighting for life and having those struggles and not really understanding why. And I don't know, I think Adi LaRue is very healing, even though it hurt a bit as well. Um, but it's like you have this decision and you make it and you stick with it. For Minky biases, first of all, bark, bark, bark. How are you? I just watched the new Roar movie video and I'm not good. So I'm guessing you're not good either. Um, for you, you need a found family. You know, you need morally grey character. Those where you still laugh and they still probably kill people, but at the same time, they are good being with a heart of gold. So I would say you need to read Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. Maybe you could read also the trilogy before that, Shadow and Bone, and the books after that with Nikolai because he's a pirate. So the whole thing makes sense. But honestly, yeah, you've been like either middle child or like youngest child, and you crave a place in a family where you belong, unfortunately. So yeah, Six of Crows makes sense. Then we have Wooyoung. I would probably give him again. I tried to stay in the genre, so I was thinking mangas, which is not a genre, but mangas. I was thinking Orange, because again, it talks about life and death and suicide. Whoop, trigger warnings. Um, and if he wants something a little lighter, then I would say Heartstopper. Uh, I think it makes sense, but I cannot say Heartstopper all the time because those are my favorite books. So yeah. And if you have Wooyoung as your bias, I would recommend Fence. Either the comic book by C.S. Packer or the book version, novel version by Sarah Reese Brennan, because you will have all of the fun and like laughing in this. I don't think there is any straight characters, which is so much fun because everyone's gay, just like you. So perfect. You want people who yap 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 yap. Perfect. You want someone who's brooding a little bit? Perfect. Like you have everything that you crave. You want someone who you want to be, or you want to be with someone who will make you laugh, and those books will make you laugh. But you also want the enemies to lovers kind of thing. Also sport. Then we finally have Jongo. He didn't recommend anything, so it was hard. I think for someone who doesn't really read, I stick with like shorter books. So I was thinking a book or a manga, and I said Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know. I think the vibes goes with him of like questioning life and religion and good characters that are well written. If your bias is Jongo, how are you as well? I was thinking the Hunger Games for you. I am back in my Hunger Games era, and I think it's like the fighting of never letting go, of like fighting till you're dead, you have a goal, and again, it's not morally great character. Katniss does kill people, but it's like in a she doesn't really have a choice. I think it goes with like also the revolution and your belief. And I think as a Jongo stan, you like the fact that he can surprise you. For a long time, you were like, oh, he's the safe choice, but is he? Maybe not. So yeah, I would say Hunger Games because also Peeta is like the best. If you're Team Gale, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is my question. My mom is Team Yell, and I still to this day do not understand. Um, Probably read the Haymitch book because again, you want to suffer a little bit. You want the pain. You want to feel things deeply in your soul and hate, and use that hate to fuel your other emotions. Finally, if you're an OT8 bias, like you love all of them, any V.E. Schwab book would go because it's like they're all their entire like demon kind of vibes, morally great character, a little bit, their entire lore is linked with magic, so I think it would go well. Maybe Lost Boy by Christina Henry. I've read this book so many years ago. It's like how Captain Hook became Captain Hook. Of course, pirate. I was like, I needed to have at least something with pirates. And again, this turning into an evil because of something. Love this. And maybe borrow a boyfriend club by Page Powers because you want something to laugh and have fun. And I think this book is really good. I've been yapping for 20 minutes now, and I'm really sorry because this video is going to be so fucking long. But thank you so much for staying. I don't know what to say. Can we trust men? I'm not sure. Can we trust K-pop idol? I'm not sure either. It kind of goes like a 50-50 kind of chance. And again, the thing is, I really want their own recommendation of books that they have loved. Because most of the time it's just, oh, we have a picture of them reading the book, or it's like, what is your favorite book? And they sent some random generic like book that they have read 10 years ago. But yes, I hope you like this video, and I'm sorry if it's like very long. Maybe read it in different time. But yeah, it was so much fun, and I love being a fangirl. It's so much fun because you don't have to think, and you just have fun. So yeah, I am at the moment into a slight reading slump, so I haven't been reading a lot. So we will see for the next video. But thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, weekend, week.